Hello students, welcome to Smart World, a school of complete education. And today we are going to learn about a lesson which you should always inherit in your life. So let us go ahead and read about this topic, a very good, a very knowledgeable topic, a lesson for all. Even it's a lesson for your parents and your siblings, your neighbors, everyone. So let us get started. So firstly we read about characters, humans, newspaper boy, milkman, hawker, school bus driver, Dr. Savant, Mrs. Patel, a housewife, Mr. Desai, a businessman, mayor of the town, Mrs. Joshi, a housewife, Nidhi and Madhu, Mrs. Joshi's daughter, school-going girls. Now, animals: rabbit, deer, peacock, squirrel, bear, birds, tortoise. Now let us read. A city street early in the morning. The street is littered with plastic bags, cartoons, tins, cans, broken glasses, old tires, waste paper, balls, bags, and other garbages. City was littered are having the road is having what you can say rubbish thrown, bags, cartoons, tins, boxes, everything was thrown in the road, street. Enter Mr. Desai. Now this Mr. Desai enter. Mr. Desai, looking out into the distance. Why haven't the newspaper been delivered on time today? It's 9 o'clock. Almost time to leave for my office. Looks out again. Let me ask the Patels if they have received their copy. Goes into the wings and return with Mrs. Patel. Mrs. Patel. No, Mr. Sai. The newspaper boy hasn't delivered the paper as yet. Nor has our milkman turned up. Mr. Patel is so grumpy. He's waiting for his morning cup of tea. Mr. Desai, very strange. And look, the street is simply shocking. Mrs. Patel, my word, what's this? Where did all this litter and garbage come from? So, here there's a conversation between Mr. Desai and Mrs. Patel. Mr. Desai is just waiting for newspaper, but it's 9 o'clock and no newspaper is delivered to them. Mrs. Patel is saying that his husband is also waiting for newspaper, but is not coming. But is not come yet. And now he has become. So then he said, my husband, Mr. Patel, is so grumpy. Grumpy means bad temper, short-tempered person. Mr. Sai, then he's saying, let's see, Mr. Sai say, see Mrs. Patel, that is so strange, all the rubbish is thrown in the street. Mrs. Patel feel what? Then she see that, oh my god, there's so much garbage, so much litter in the street, how does this come? Enter Mrs. Joshi with her daughter. Mr. Desai, I was done rather late from the office last night and the street was bare then. How did all this rubbish gather here overnight? Suddenly, Madhu falls and injures her foot. Gives out a cry of pain. Madhu. Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. My foot, it hurts. Mrs. Joshi. Oh dear. Madhu, are you alright? Oh no. Her foot is bleeding so much. Somebody help, please. Mrs. Patel, Nidhi, run and fetch Dr. Mrs. Savant. Request her to come quickly. Your sister has cut herself on a broken glass bottle. Mr. Desai, I'll get some ice at once. Mrs. Joshi, almost in tears, my poor child, how did all this broken glass happen to be here? Mrs. Patel, look around. It's not just broken glass, but. Mrs. Joshi, dear me, what nonsense this is! Unbelievable! Where has all this rubbish come from? Dr. Sawant enters with Nidhi. She has a doctor's kit. Dr. Sawant, let me see the wound. Let me see the wound. Mr. Desai, here's some ice to stop the bleeding. Dr. Sawant, what presence of mind. Good. Applies ice on the wound. There's now. It has stopped bleeding. It's a deep cut. I will dress the wound and she will be fine. Mrs. Joshi, thank you, doctor. So kind of you to come at once. But I'm going to complain to the mayor. Have you seen the rubbish and the litter on the road? Dr. Sawan, oh, it's mystery. All this garbage was not there yesterday, and now? Just look. Enter newspaper boy, milkman, hawker, etc. Mrs. Patel, the mayor must not have seen. Look, the newspaper boy. He is limping, and the milkman at last to the milkman. Why, where's your bicycle, and why are you so late? Milkman, the tires were punctured. I had to come walking all the way with this heavy milk can. Newspaper boy, I tripped over an old tire and sprained my foot. It was quite dark, and early this morning I did not expect an old tire right in the middle of the road. Mr. Desai, I see, something must be done. Bus driver entered carefully, avoiding the litter. So, what happened is that Mr. Desai, he said that he was in home very late, but at that time there was no litter. Then a Madhu and his daughter and her daughter come, and what she say that sorry, Mrs. Joshi and her daughter come, Madhu just fell and injured her foot. And then Mrs. Joshi, when she said, oh my god, my dear daughter has got hurt. Please someone help, it's bleeding from her foot. So Mrs. Patel asked Nidhi to call Mrs. Savant. So Mrs. Desai then applies an ice pack. And Mrs. Joshi is almost in tears and saying, who has kept this bouquet glass here? So Mrs. Patel said, look, not broken glass, very much things are in that place in the street. Mr. Joshi said that. Then Dr. Savant entered, and then she see that the wound and say, very good work, very good presence of mind. You have just stopped the blood. So she says, I will dress the wound and you will be very fine. Mrs. Joshi said, thank you, doctor, you're so kind. But she is going to complain the mayor about the situation in the streets. Did someone say, it's mystery. All this garbage was not there yesterday. How did all these garbage come in one night? Then newspaper man, milkman, hawker, they all enters. So Mrs. Patel, she says, see the newspaper boy. He is limping. Limping meaning the meaning of limping is walk with difficulty as you are hurt. So he was hurt, so he is walking with difficulty. And to the Mrs. Patel asked the milkman, where's your bicycle gone? And why are you so late? So milkman says that his tire was punctured and he has come all way walking with this heavy milk can. Newspaper boy say that he tripped. He just catch his foot somewhere when he was walking, and then he fall and he sprained. He just fractured. He injured his part of foot, as it was quite dark in the morning, so he can't see anything. And he just fell on the tire in the middle of the road. So He has sprained his leg. Mr. Desai, I see something must be done. He's, he says, Mr. Desai said, something must be done because so much garbage was thrown in the street. Bus driver entered carefully, avoiding the litter. Bus driver is entering very carefully while avoiding the litter. Bus driver, Mrs. Joshi, I'm sorry I don't drive the school bus today. I can't drive the school bus today. On every road and street there's nothing but litter. It looks like an obstacle race course. Mrs. Joshi, I know, I'm going to send for the mayor at once. He must see this. Our children are not safe with all these dangerous broken objects around. Hogger, no one is safe. Let's request the mayor to come and see for himself. Mr. Sai, I will fetch him. He exits. Enters again with the mayor and his retinue. Retinue. Again he speaks with me, retinue. Mayor, annoyed, unbelievable, shocking. How do you expect people to walk through all this rubbish? Why don't you all dispose of the garbage properly, Mrs. Patel? But we do, Mr. Mayor. We give our garbage to the garbage collector. Mr. Joshi, yes, we don't litter our street like this. Mr. Desai, or we take it to the dumping ground near the river side away from here. The rains then wash it away. Mrs. Patel, or the winds blow it away. Mayor, then how did it come back into the town overnight? Bus driver, that's the problem. Nobody knows how it goes here, how it got here. It's mystery. Newspaper boy, it looks like someone has done it purposely to spoil our town. Mrs. Joshi and endanger our children. Milkmen and hinder our daily work. Mayor, we will not tolerate this. I must look into this. I will not spare anyone who has done this, who is responsible for this mess. So, the driver said to Mrs. Joshi, calling Mrs. Joshi again and again, he said, I'm sorry, I can't drive the school bus today because it was so bad. All the garbage is thrown. I can't drive. It was like a hurdle is placed in the path. And it was like a race is happening and the hurdle is placed to cross this path. Mr. Joshi said that yes, I'm going to call mayor because the streets are very bad and our children are not safe here. Hawker is some person who travel about selling his his worth or he sells wares means objects, anything, food, etc. So he said no one is safe. So that's called mayor and then ask him to see. Mr. Desai, he exit and he said I will call the mayor. Mayor entered and he was very annoyed, angered, and he said, How you have thrown the rubbish? You don't have manner? You have to dispose the garbage. So Mrs. Patel say, we throw the garbage, we give our garbage to the garbage collector. Mrs. Joshi say, yes, we did. We don't litter in the street. Mrs. Sai say, Mrs. Sai says that we dump all these things near the riverside, which is away from that place. And when it rain, it wash all that away. And Mrs. Patel say that many times winds blow them away. Mayor then say, then in one night, how did this come? Mayor, bus driver, that's the problem. That is the problem we are telling about. It's very mysterious. Something happened, something impossible to understand. Newspaper boy says, looks like someone has done it purposely so that it can hurt us. And Mr. Joshi said it may put our child into danger. And milkmen said that it may hinder their daily work. Mayor said he will not going to tolerate this and he will take a strict action against it. And whoever has done this, he will not spare anyone who has done this. So enter animals who have been hiding. Deer, rabbit, bird, squirrel, bear, etc. Each one comes out from its cover turn by turns saying. So animals are hidden at a particular place from their side, and then they are coming one by one. Which animals? Deer, rabbit, bird, squirrel, bear, they are coming. All animals say, we are responsible. We have brought in all the litter. We have spread the garbage all over the town. Animals say that we have done everything. We have thrown all the garbage, all the wastes, everything in the over the town in your street. Dear, yes, we confess we did so. We are confessing, yes, we have done this. Confess means just saying yes, we have done this. Mayor, what? How, you? How dare you? He said. How dare you to just throw all this rubbish? Who are you to throw this? Mr. Joshi, what? Mr. Joshi, what right do you have to spoil our town and make it unsafe to move around? So she said, hey, is that who has given you the right to spoil our town and make it unsafe for moving us around? Bear said, come forward. We have only brought back to you what belongs to you. Tell me, what right do you have to dump all this in the forest? The forest is a dwelling place like this. So Bear says that it's the dwelling place. Dwelling is where they are living. The living place of us. And you also throw like this, all the garbage in our living place. So why can't we throw? Birds, our trees are dying and vanishing because of you. Where can we roost or build a nest? Squirrel, and where can we live? Rabbit, you're worried about Madhu being injured because of sharp broken glass? Don't the young ones get injured too? Dear, yes, and we have no doctor to dress their wound. Our young ones simply die. Madhu or Nidhi. Oh no. How shocking. Terrible. Tortoise, all the fish in the rivers and lake die because of the waste dump in water. How we suffer because of the chemical and poison? Bear, and so many animals who drink the polluted water fall ill and die. Dr. Sawan, yes, it is unfortunately true. Peacock, so we called a meeting and decided to return all your dangerous stuff back to you. We don't need it. So then God said, all the trees are dying, and where can we construct or build nest? Roost means a place where bird rest or sleep. It's like a nest. Squirrel, he said, where can we live? Give me a place where I can live. Rabbit, you're worried that your Madhu is being injured. So tell me, when my child got hurt, how does we feel? Dear say, and there is no doctor in our side, and our young ones simply die. Madhu and Nidhi, they feel very pity, very sorry for that. Tortoise, he said that you dump all the wastes, that because of this fishes die and the lake is polluted, and then all the chemicals you throw and poisons the lake. Bears say there's so many animals who drink these polluted water and they fall ill and they die. Dr. Sawan, she said yes, this is unfortunately true. Peacock says so we had just called a meeting and we had decided that we should return you all your wastes, and hence we don't require all these things. Bear, anyway, we are not as cruel as you are. We have only returned the garbage. We have not poured chemical and poisons onto your settlements. Settlements means where you are living. Mayor, I see you animals and birds do have a point. You are right. Mr. Desai, you have opened our eyes. We should not dump rubbish in the forest or rivers or lakes. Mr. Patel, but where can we dispose of it? So we say, anyway, we are not like you. We have only thrown the garbage on the road. We have not poisoned or just poured chemicals on the places where you live. May I say, you are right. Your points are right. Mr. Desai, you have opened our eyes, all animals, you have opened our eyes. We should not dump our rubbish in the forest or rivers or lakes because it's a dwelling place for you, where you live, Here you live. These are places or dwelling places for you. Mrs. Patel, but where can we dispose of it? How can we? Where is the place where we can dispose them? Mayor, if you all agree to sort out the litter, I will arrange for it to be collected separately. Then some of it can go for processing and some for recycling. Mrs. Joshi, good idea. Let's do that. Let's do just that. The mayor say, if you all agree at a point, that I will arrange something that once someone that is will be collected and then it will be processed and some will be recycled. So Mr. Joshi said, it's good idea. Let us do this work. Mayor, let us save our Mother Earth from further harm to the animals. Thank you, dear animals, for teaching us a lesson so effectively. We assure you, we will not pollute. We will not pollute or spoil your homes. I shall even warn those people, those who goes for there for picnics. So may I say, let us help, let us save our Mother Earth so that we can't harm further. He told to animals that thank you animals for teaching us a lesson. We assure you that we will not do again and we will stop the people who just throw the garbage garbage we can say materials which sick the environment, etc. And they go to picnic and just disturb the environment. Some animals, thank you, Mr. Mayor, thank you. They all return saying thank you to Mr. Mayor. Mayor, self-help is the best help. Mayor say self-help. If you're helping, if you're self-helping, if you're helping yourself and you're doing to create something the best, so you will get the best help. Because if you're helping yourself, you are motivating yourself to do the work and you are helping the environment, you are self-helping yourself to get clean and full of peace and harmony. Let's clear this up. All including the mayor, start picking up the litter. So they started. Even the mayor air has started, and people are starting with the mayor to clean the litter which was thrown. So they just created a safe place for living. Then curtain means curtain fall. Now this is the end of the story. So what told us? Here we told we got to know lesson for all. It is a lesson for all that you should always clean your environment. You should not throw wastes and garbages, boxes, anything on the road. Sorry, on the places where you are going. And even you should not cut trees because it's a dwelling place for some animal. So clean your environment as because hygiene is very important. Sanitation is very important. Maintain yourself because you know what you throw what you throw up, it will come with high speed. If you ever listen this, one of the best norms, one of the best norm, that when you throw something in up, it will come with high speed. Just throw up a stone, it will come with a great high speed. So it implies that you should always come together and work together and clean your environment and self-help yourself. Self-help is the best help. Why? Because if you are helping yourself, if you are cleaning the room or you are cleaning the road, you are cleaning somewhere place, others see and the other will join you clean these things. So things to do for you, just take that and work for it. So thank you class, a good meeting. Thank you so much.